Hey, it's Haley at Seamwork, and I'm coming at you with another monthly fabric video. I'm going to go over the fabrics that we used in the September 2020 issue of Seamwork. Let's get started. First up, we have the Milo cardigan. This cardigan is about as classic as it gets. It has a really nice slim fit and easy to sew band construction. So you're going to see bands at the cuffs, the hem, and then the neckband, and it all comes together super duper easy. Plus you have that nice V neckline, buttons up the center front, and two length options. The longer length option also has a optional pouch pocket because pockets, we love them, have to have them. So when you're shopping for fabric for Milo, this is what you're going to want to look for. Knits that have a little bit more body are going to be preferable. You certainly could use a jersey, but I would shy away from things like a rayon jersey that you would use for a t-shirt, and then maybe err towards something like a merino jersey. That would be really lovely option. Other fabrics that are going to work are going to be French terry, sweatshirt fleeces, even some sweater knits are going to be lovely. So again, a little bit more body. That's going to hold up to the details like buttons a little bit better. You'll also want to look for something that has a little bit of stretch in it. Since it's a cardigan, you're going to be layering it over things, and it has that little bit more slim fit. Something that has a little bit of spandex or lycra is really going to work well for this pattern. This month, I got all of our fabric here in Portland at Bolt Fabrics. They have an amazing selection of quilting cottons and quilting fabrics, but also a really great selection of fashion fabrics, which I love. They're great to browse either in person or online. Right now, they're closed for in-person shopping, but you can do curbside pickups, and they also ship if you are not local to Portland. For this first sample, I chose this really amazing sweatshirt fleece. It's a cotton lycra blend, but I swear there's some like magic knit into this fabric because it is delightful. It is so soft. What I like about this particular fabric is the sweatshirt fleece itself. It has a little bit of body to it, a little bit of structure, but that lycra gives it a nice stretch. This is a total dream to wear. I wish the sample was in my size. I would steal it. It's phenomenal. For the next sample, I decided to get a little bit funky and choose a print. This is a French terry fabric. French terry, if you're unfamiliar, has a smooth knit right side, and then on the wrong side, you're gonna see these little loops, kind of like you would on a terry cloth. But it is knit, so it's nice and stretchy. French terry is a dream to sew with. I definitely recommend it if knits are newer to you. It's a little more stable generally, and that makes it a little bit easier to sew with. This guy has, again, a little bit of stretch, and you can see that it has some good body to it, so it was perfect for the Milo cardigan. This month's pattern hack swaps Milo's neckband for this really great shawl collar. And so when I was shopping for fabric for this sample, I wanted to make sure, again, I was looking for something with a little bit of body that would give the collar a little bit more structure. If you wanted the collar to fall a little bit more softly, you could certainly look for something like a merino or a light sweater knit to get that look. But I wanted to have a little bit more structure. So again, I reached for a French terry. It has that perfect balance of structure and stretch. You can see here, it has a little bit more body to it, so the collar really stands up nicely on its own. Let's talk about the Sawyer skirt. I love this skirt because, again, like Milo, it just is a really classic design that you can reach for season after season. Wear it in the fall with some tights and boots. Wear it in the summer with your favorite camisole or knit t-shirt. It's a fantastic pattern that you're going to wear all year long. If you can't tell, I'm really enthusiastic about it. When you're shopping your stash or at a fabric store for fabric for Sawyer, you have a ton of different options. This skirt is a real fabric chameleon. You'll just want to keep in mind some of the skirt's features and the look that you're going for with the Sawyer skirt. So let's talk about those features. Sawyer has a waistband. It also has buttons up the center front and then pockets. So what those design features tell me is that I want to shop for something, if I'm going for lightweight, I want it to be opaque and I want it to stand up to the structure of that waistband and those buttons pretty well. If I'm going with something a little bit more heavyweight, I want it to be not so heavyweight that I'm going to get a really bulky, clunky waistband. We also have those nice princess seams, and if you go with something that's really stiff, those princess seams, they're just never going to press totally right. They might look a little bit stiff, almost kind of like that paper doll look. But in general, you're going to have a lot of great options for this skirt. If you want a lighter weight skirt where the fabric hangs closer to your body, you could go with something like a Rayon challis. A chambray would be lovely. You could also go with a silk as long as it's nice and opaque and maybe is a weave with a little bit more body. If you want a bit more structure, you could go with a denim, a twill, even a corduroy would be a fantastic fall option. If you're looking for something more middle of the road, linen, always a great option. So as you can see, tons and tons of options for the Sawyer skirt. Let's take a look at what we used for this month's samples. First up, we have this fantastic chambray sample. I really like this particular chambray because it is a tencel cotton blend. Lots of chambrays you'll see will be 100% cotton, and the tencel in this allows it to drape just a little bit more softly. I just thought that it looked a little bit more romantic and sweet in a little bit drapier fabric. But if you like this kind of blue jean look but want something a little bit more structured, a denim would be fantastic, or you could go with a classic cotton chambray. This month's member bonus swaps the button front closure for a side zip. If you want to go with a little bit more lightweight fabric for Sawyer, but you're worried about the button closures, the bonus is going to be a really great option for you. And I wanted to show that off by using something really swishy and drapey and lightweight. So we used one of our favorite fabrics, a Rayon challis. You can see here it's this really cute little print, really fantastic floral print for fall. And I think it works really well for the Sawyer skirt. Something to keep in mind if you're choosing a print fabric for Sawyer is you do have those princess seams to work with. And the princess seams offer some shaping to the skirt. So it's not something you would want to omit or could omit necessarily. So prints that are a little bit smaller scale are going to work really well because it's not going to look choppy. You could certainly use a larger scale print, but I would just proceed with caution and be aware of where those seams are hitting. That covers the fabrics we used in the September 2020 issue of Seamwork. Do you have any favorite fall fabrics to sew with? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next month. Happy sewing!